Hello and good morning, everybody. What's going on? Mav here, and this is Fun Speculation YouTube. We have some news today. Yeah, some fun stuff that I couldn't wait to talk about. So I'm hoping you guys are going to enjoy this conversation. I know that there's some people that may not end up enjoying this conversation, but it's one that I think needs to be had. So, yeah. We got some cool news, followed by some other news, right? So, thank you to everybody in the chat, first off, who's here hanging out right now. I appreciate all of you. I see Rick Payne, Lewis, Dread, Pixel Slappa. You guys all rock. Thank you. Micah, what's up? How's it going? Yeah, I was excited to hear about the news coming from PlayStation that they're having their showcase. This is one that I think a lot of people had been anticipating. I was actually hoping they were going to have a show this year because they didn't do E3, they didn't do Gamescom, and we haven't really heard anything from them for a while. I think the last thing that we had was like the Deathloop PlayStation little thing that they had. I forget what they call those. Yeah, but they had the PlayStation thing. They showed Deathloop. Before that, we had one for Horizon, and we also had one before that for Ratchet. But those were all focused on just individual games, right? So this, they're promising us a 40-minute showcase that they're going to be. It's going to be in around 40 minutes. And it's going to be some of the industry's most imaginative developers for games releasing this holiday and beyond. And stick around after the presentation to get more updates from some of the studio teams featured in the showcase. So they're going to give us a tighter 40-minute thing. I'm hoping has some cool trailers and some new stuff. I'm hoping for update on Gran Turismo personally because I have always enjoyed the Gran Turismo games. I'm hoping that we may get a new game announcement or two from maybe some of their first party studios. Who knows what's going to be there, but that's good news that we're going to get that. I'm excited for it. We'll probably end up actually live streaming it because I want more stuff to play and new things to look forward to on my PS5. So that's awesome. Now the bad news. Now here comes the sticking point, guys. And shout out to Hertog. See you there. Good morning or good evening for you, I guess. And yeah, so I'm gonna just share my screen here. Okay. So we had the pre-order information for Horizon Forbidden West, and this is where it gets interesting because there's been a lot of people out there that just kind of are defending $70 games or defending this and that all the time, right? And like if we need to speak up about some of this stuff sometimes, right? Doesn't matter what your favorite platform is, doesn't matter what kind of games you like to play. When it comes to certain things as far as business practices and stuff, some things are just better than others. And some things feel a little not in our best interest and what's good for the gamer. And we got some more of that today. And this is from PlayStation, again, who's been doing the $70 games thing, which, you know what? A lot of people are accepting of that. I'm not a fan of $70 games. I think that with all the profits going up for all the publishers and everything and how healthy the gaming industry is, I think raising the prices to $70 is just an excuse to get 10 extra dollars for people that have next gen platforms. I don't think it's necessary. However, there's people that do or whatever. So, I don't get it. I don't get how PC players don't have to pay for all the same bells and whistles and when console players have to pay 10 extra bucks for those same bells and whistles. It doesn't make sense. I think it's just doing it because they know they can get it out of us. Which I don't know why, right? Like, and it's not just Sony. It's 2K, it's Activision, it's EA. a lot of these companies are just doing the $70 thing now for next gen, and a lot of people are calling it the next gen tax. Stupid. It's really stupid, but it's a thing. It's a real thing. So that's what we're living. That's what we're dealing with. That's what we're living with right now, as far as those go. But as far as this is even a little different. This is a little different beyond that, because let's say you did buy the $70 version of Horizon Forbidden West. Hey, you don't get the PS4 version with that, right? They're doing this whole 2K type deal where you got to buy an even more expensive version to get both. Now, if you compare this to the competitor, which is Xbox, on Xbox, you buy, for example, Halo Infinite, $60 first off. Forza Horizon 5, $60 first off. And guess what? You get the best version of that game no matter which device you play it on. If you have an Xbox One and you buy Halo Infinite, you are going to get the Xbox One version. Now, if you end up buying a Series X later, your version will automatically be the Series X version. It will be enhanced for you. It doesn't cost you anything. And to begin with, the game was $60. There's no extra charge, no extra cost. You get all the bells and whistles that come with next-gen gaming right now as far as what these games are doing. And with cross-gen titles like Halo, that's the way they probably should be implemented, because that's the way it's working on PC. That's the way it's always worked on PC. You unlock settings for the better hardware that you have. That's the model that Xbox has taken. Other publishers have not, because they're used to selling different editions for different consoles, because they know that if you have a PS4 and you buy Horizon Forbidden West and then you upgrade later to a PS5, you're going to look at how to upgrade that. And when you don't have a way to upgrade it, you're going to end up buying a new copy of the game. This allows them to sell more copies of the game when you already bought the freaking game. Okay, so that's what I'm against. I'm against that. It's old school. It's outdated. Let's move with the times. So it's not just Sony. It's other companies are doing this too. What makes this worse is not only are they not allowing an upgrade path, but the only way to get it is if you buy the $80 version. Okay, so you have to buy the $80 version that comes with both the PS4 and the PS5 copy if you want to have both versions of the game. So you can either buy the PS4 version, you can buy the PS5 version, but if you end up if you have a PS4 right now and you plan on upgrading to a PS5 later and you want to ensure that you're not buying the game twice, you have to buy the $80 version. That's ridiculous. That's the same thing 2K is doing with stuff like NBA 2K. That's the same thing that, like, I even think EA went with smart delivery actually on their game. But okay, so cross-gen digital deluxe edition is exclusively available on PlayStation Store. You'll receive the following. Okay, so this is the cross-gen version. They're even calling it cross-gen digital deluxe edition. It is, you get PS4 and PS5 versions. You get this all this other extra stuff. Okay. Then there's a special edition with a physical disc copy for either PS4 or PS5. Do they even not have the prices here? Okay, I think they maybe. Okay, please note, for players looking to have access to both the PS4 and PS5 versions of Horizon Forbidden West, please purchase the digital deluxe, collectors, or regala editions. Dual entitlement does not apply to the standard and special editions. Wow. You can pre-order the regala edition here. Okay, so how much is the regala? Okay, so the Regala edition. This doesn't say the Regala edition. That's just the standard edition for PS5. Okay. Okay, the standard edition is PS5. Digital Deluxe is 80. I don't even see with the Regala. What is a Regala edition? Oh, here we go. Oh, the Regala edition is this one. What? How much is this one? Oh, okay, $259. Okay, yeah, I'm not getting that. The collector's edition is 200. Okay, and then what did they say? What did they say? Uh Regala edition collectors or digital deluxe. Okay. All right, so collectors. Yeah, that's the $200 one. Or the digital deluxe, which is this one, 80. So $80, $200, or $259. There's your paths if you want to make sure you get both versions. Otherwise, you better hope either you're not planning on upgrading later or you already own a PS5. So sorry for anybody that has a PS4 that is planning on getting a PS5 and hasn't been able to get one. If you want to play Horizon Forbidden West and make sure that you get the better version later, you're going to have to pay $80 now, or you're going to have to pay 200 or 259. That's your path, guys. That's what just saying, okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, that's cool. I don't mind. Take it. You know, here you go. I don't mind $70 games. I don't mind it. It's no big deal. I mean, holy shit. From the actual platform holder themselves, it's like, you know, like I almost expect this from like Take-Two or EA or, you know, Activision, which we get this kind of stuff. And some of them even actually do better like than some of this. Like EA at least gives you both versions of the copies, even though their EA is doing $70. Like EA's not doing this. I don't think they didn't do it on Madden last year. Maybe they did it on Madden this year. I'm not sure. I'd have to look into that. But last year they didn't. Last year they had smart delivery on Madden. It's just absolutely crazy. I don't understand how people are okay with this. I see a lot of people already defending this on Twitter. Like people are already defending this. Like, oh, it's just because it's $70. You know, it's just because PS5 games are 70 and PS4 games are 60. That's why this is happening. That's okay. That's because you've already accepted the fact of $70 games to begin with, people. Like why are you already in acceptance of the fact that games now cost $70? It sucks. I'm still buying them like because I don't want to miss out, but I can still speak out that it sucks. You don't have to say, "Oh, it's cool. $70, I don't mind." You know, I want to make sure they get all their money. You know, if they need it, I'll give it to them. Let's go. Yeah. You know, it doesn't make sense, right? Because they don't need it. You're only getting certain enhanced features, and that's not just on the PS5. That's also like for whatever platforms these publishers are doing this for. Like it doesn't make sense. Their profits are going up. The profits are going up. Up. At earnings reports, profits are up. So we need to use this excuse that they need to charge more because next gen features. Ooh, haptics. Fuck that. They don't need to charge more. We don't need to pay more so that way we can get some of the same features that the PC players get. And for not anymore, they get the same shit. They even get better. If we're being real, if you want to be real, PC players have the highest ceiling on what all the features you're going to get out of certain games. Um, I'm not saying this game is necessarily coming to PC. I don't know if they've announced that yet. Eventually, it probably will. But if you look at the example of like all these games that are on PC, they have like the highest ceiling and the lowest floor, right? For those games to be optimized. And then they charge one price. And you get to click all the bells and whistles on and off of whatever equipment that you have. You're not paying $10 extra for ray tracing. You're not paying $10 extra to use features in your controller. You know what I mean? You're not paying $10 extra for subtitles. Like, these are just updates that they give, and they're not locking it behind paywalls. And if I didn't see this correctly, I need to look again, because I saw this actually from somebody. Yeah, look at this shit. This is even crazier, guys. If you want to see something even fucking crazier, what they're locking behind a paywall, not only this, but the photo mode doesn't unlock unless you get the digital deluxe edition. Look, right here in the middle, photo mode unlocks. I saw somebody post this on Twitter. Forgive me, I don't remember who it was. Was it Fuzzy? Maybe it was Fuzzy. No, it was Cyber Gunter, Cybernox. Somebody, I can't remember who it was. Sorry. Apologize. Photo mode doesn't unlock unless you get the $80 version. There's photo mode now behind a paywall. Yeah, Micah makes a good point. He says he wouldn't mind if they told him that no more microtransactions, but we know that's not going to happen, right? They're not going to stop selling us stuff in these games because they're raising the price. Holy crap. No upgrade path. Like, let's say I got the $60 Horizon Forbidden West version and I want to upgrade to the PS5 version. Is there a $10 path? Is there a $10 path there? I hope so. They haven't said so. I don't think there is, because if you upgrade it, all of a sudden your PS4 version doesn't work anymore. This is two different games, PS4 and PS5. What's up, Felix? How's it going? What's up, Geezer? How are you doing? Back from Dead? How's it going? Yeah, I don't know, man. You said the photo mode you think has something extra. Well, so we get photo mode unlocks. Yeah, I'm gonna make that bigger. The photo mode unlocks, in-game resource pack, machine strike piece. So, like, I guess they're getting away with it because they're giving you this other extra stuff, is what they're saying. Like, but they're still making you buy this stuff. It's a lot. It's all locked behind a paywall. Like, you got to pay extra to get smart delivery access, basically, on that. And I just don't understand it. Why people are so accepting of stuff like this. It screams old school, 2012, 2013 of ways of like selling people two versions of games. They used to do that with definitive editions. I mean, it's Xbox, like I said, compare it to, like, okay, Forza Horizon 5 gonna look way better on Series X than it will on an Xbox One. Right? Pay $60, not 70. You pay $60. You can play it on your Xbox, you can play it on your PC, you can play it on your phone with mobile, you can play it on your Series S, you can play it on your One X, you can play it on your Series X. And no matter which platform you are going to be playing that game on, it is going to be optimized to take advantage of the hardware. One price. That's the same thing as PC. When you buy games on PC, that's the same thing. Why do console players get punished? Why? It's not. Is it because, hey, we're paying for that premium console experience? That's BS. That it doesn't make sense. They're charging extra because they can, and people are being like, okay. Anyway, ridiculous. Um, Rick says, "Why are they doing this, man?" Um, yeah, you guys see this? I mean, it's right there. I'm not trying to. This is not about PlayStation versus Xbox. If this was happening on Xbox, I would be saying the exact same thing. This is not about that. This is about bad business practices. Felix is saying it right here. Forcing the PlayStation gamer to choose: find a PS5 and buy Horizon Forbidden West 70, or play it on PS4 with no upgrade path for $60, or buy the deluxe edition 80, which has the PS4 and PS5 version. This is dumb. That's exactly right. Well, Neil makes a good point here. He says that it's the main reason it made the jump to PC instead of investing in new console. You know, it's up to the publishers, right? This is a publisher decision. This is Xbox has their way of doing things. Sony has their way of doing things. Take-Two, Activision, EA, Ubisoft. They all have their different models of the what they're doing. So even with Xbox taking their approach with smart delivery and doing this, not every publisher is doing the same. And you see some that have taken that approach, and you see some that have taken this approach. And you see like some of the most greedy ones, actually, like Activision and Take-Two, have done the approach of this, right? What surprises me is Sony doing it, because they're the actual platform holders, so you would think they'd want to kind of drive like a positive vibe and set an example for any games coming onto the platform. But they're not taking that stance. Xbox is taking that stance. Sony's not, and in fact, they're kind of leading the charge with these other major publishers, as this is the model they want to have going forward. So this is a consumer decision on which, hey, are you okay with this stuff? I guess these people are. Right? Luckily for me, I have a PS5, but still, then I cringe at seeing the $70 price. I will say, at least with the Sony games, that if that's what they are, for the most part, they don't have, like, they're not based on microtransactions and stuff. You pay it, you play. So I could see how they could maybe try justifying the need for that, as opposed to Activision or Take-Two, who's just filling the games up with digital card packs and season passes and battle passes and all that stuff. We don't know exactly what's all in this game yet. It doesn't seem like anything like that is going on. So that, for one reason, I could say, okay, maybe I can justify paying 70. Maybe I can, if they feel like that's what based on the development cost of the game, the bigger budget, huge world, put a lot of attention to detail. You're paying for that premium experience. But then I look in the fact that, hey, the PS4 version is 60, then I call bullshit. Right? I call bullshit on that at that point. You're unlocking options and settings and capability of the platform for the PS5 version. It doesn't need to be $10 extra. Yeah. This is like, if Xbox was doing this, I'd be saying the exact same thing. Just like when we called them out for raising the prices of Xbox Live Gold, or getting rid of the discounts, or should I say? And guess what? Enough people spoke up and showed that they were upset about that they actually changed their mind right then and there. When PlayStation announced they were going to shut down the PS3 and Vita stores, enough people spoke up and they decided to keep them open. If enough people speak up about these kind of things, they can actually make changes. But I see already a lot of people being like, oh, it makes sense. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah, Back from Dead says sucks, but he'll be getting the $80 digital deluxe. There's no season pass listed, just outfits and weapons. Yeah, it does suck. And I'm the same, you know, like I'm not going to miss out on these games because of this, because I love gaming too much and I love to play them. So I'm not one of those guys that is, unfortunately, I'm not speaking with my wallet. I'm not voting with my wallet. I'm one of the ones that's like, damn it, this sucks. I hate this, but here you go, you jerk. Take it. You know what I mean? Luckily for me, though, I don't need to worry about the PS4 version here. On this one, all I have to worry about is the 70. But there's a lot of people that this is going to affect. The people that have a PS4 that aren't going to be able to get that PS5 yet. And it's not because they don't have the money. A lot of them, it's because they just haven't been available. So we'll see. Maybe in February they're more widely available, and even then, there's still such a small fraction of gamers that have the PS5 compared to that have the PS4. It's just, man, like I don't get this stuff. Um, People should be asking PlayStation to do smart delivery, Xbox model. People should be asking PlayStation, Activision, Take-Two to all do that. People should be asking for $60 of games instead of $70 games. B-Rap, appreciate that with the $5 super chat. Says, I am part of the problem. I just ordered the collector's edition. Heck yeah, dude. There's nothing wrong with being excited for this game and getting what you want. I'm talking about the practices of the company when it comes to the base experience and what they're trying to get out of consumers. For the fans that are going to buy the collector's edition, like the hardcore, especially, and people that are super excited for this, it's not going to really affect you, you know. And I'm sure you got a PS5 anyway, don't you, Enrique? Right? So there's a lot of people this is going to affect, and there's a lot of people that it's not going to affect, right? For example, like I've been talking about, like 2K with the with the NBA 2K, they're doing the same thing, right? I am actually getting the $100 version this year because I'm that excited about the game because Dirk is on the cover. Right? It's a stupid thing I have. Like Dirk is on the cover. So that's why I'm excited about it, and that's why I'm paying $100 for that game. So it doesn't affect me. But gamers that were only have an Xbox One or PS4 and they're looking to play 2K, they got to pay $100 to ensure they're going to get both versions, or they got to potentially buy both versions in the future. Like, I'm not for that kind of stuff. I don't get it. It's not. It's proven that you don't have to. These publishers have been proven by other publishers that they don't have to do this. So when a lot of people are making the excuses for them, saying, "Well, they have to because of this and that," they have to. They don't have to. The other publishers out there, even smaller publishers, have proven that they don't have to because they're not doing it as well. Yeah, you have a PS5. $5 super chat again from Enrique. Thanks, dude. He says he does have a PS5. Dual entitlement doesn't sound as good as smart delivery. NBA 2K22 in 8 days. Heck yeah, dude. I'm super excited for it. I think it's gonna be a great year for 2K. But yeah, it's like dual entitlement at least would give you both versions. But this doesn't have that unless you buy the digital deluxe for 80. So I'm guessing, at least they're giving you the extra stuff to kind of help it be more palatable, right? At least I know I'm getting extra things in there. But come on, just give us both versions. Like, you're selling us the game, like it's digital license. Just upgrade the license if I get the PS5, right? Like, it's not that hard. I just want to call this out. And like I said, they've been calling out of his Xbox. I call out Nintendo too. Nintendo's horrible. Like Animal Crossing, you got to buy freaking 2 Switches to have 2 islands. Are you kidding me? Like if you have 2 kids that are battling over like control of like not of progress, you know, you got one that has control over the progress, right? I had issues with that with my daughter when we had 1 Switch. Ended up getting 2 Switches. Like it's the stuff is like ridiculous. Yeah. Felix says early adopter tax plus late adopter tax. Love it. Does this take my excitement away for this game? No, because I'm still going to enjoy the game, but it's like a bitter pill to swallow when it comes to thinking about how you're going to have to pay for it. For a lot of people. A lot of people just realize that their game that they were planning on paying $60 for is now 80. Right? So there's that. Then there's we also have again the PlayStation Showcase thing. I'm excited to see what's all in there. I think Gran Turismo is going to be awesome. Hopefully that's going to show up. I've been waiting for it too because that game they originally had said was supposed to be this year, and we haven't heard anything except that it was delayed. So I want to know more about Gran Turismo. When are we going to see that? Also, what else is out there? Like, what is there any other surprises? This is from IGN. I'm going to read this back on Horizon. It says Horizon Forbidden West won't offer a free upgrade on a standard or special editions, and you can't pay to upgrade a standard edition to one that does include the PS5 version. That's the craziest thing. Is like, let's say you bought the $60 version and later you want to upgrade because you were planning on getting a PS5, but you didn't know if you're going to. All you could afford is $60. Then later on, you want to say, hey, I want to play the PS5 version to get the bells and whistles. You can't even upgrade it at that point unless you had already bought the $80 version. You're going to have to buy a PS5 version of the game. Why not have an upgrade path? At least give the upgrade. If you're going to charge more for the PS5 version, at least allow an upgrade path. Digital Deluxe, Collectors, or Regala editions, but they're entirely separate. So you got to pay either 80, 200, or 260. There are no plans for an update offer from standard to digital deluxe edition at this time. Reads the FAQ. You guys, if you speak up enough about this, maybe you'll at least get the upgrade path option. I know that a lot of people, including me, are planning on getting this game. So it affects a lot of people, especially if you only have a PS4. So, yeah. What do you guys? What are your thoughts? Comments after the fact on the stream. Let me know below. Like, are you gonna get the $80 version of this, or are you gonna pony up? And that's that term. I didn't even mean to do that, but that's funny. Are you gonna pony up and pay the $80? You know, or are you going to just bypass it now? You know, and say, hey, screw you guys and vote with your wallet. Like I said, I'm not a vote with my wallet guy, right? I love the games too much to miss out on them. But it still sucks, and I think we need to speak out on it. Micah says such a shady move by Sony. This is the biggest. The other thing about this is like kind of is a little off-putting. This is the biggest release that they've had since the PS5 has launched. So when this comes out, like, because we've had Returnal, we had Ratchet and Clank, Godfall. What was some other big games that have come out so far on the PS5? I would say that this is by far the biggest, right, release, the most anticipated game that's coming out first. Now, God of War is more anticipated than this, obviously. Then you also have other games out there, that are highly anticipated. But I think this is the first Big Daddy. This is the first like big, huge PlayStation staple game to release on the PS5. Oh, there we go. That's the other one, Dread. Spider-Man Miles Morales. That was big. But it was also kind of like I don't want to say the word expansion because I know a lot of that triggers some people, but it was kind of like a 1.5 of Spider-Man. This is more of a true big, huge sequel, right? So I would still say this is like a bigger than that. And this is the model that they're choosing. I had issues with the way they handled Spider-Man too. You don't get Spider-Man remastered unless you pay the $70 for Miles Morales. It's kind of bogus to me. Like just update my Spider-Man game. Don't make me spend more on I forgot the enhanced edition. I forgot what they called it. The enhanced edition of Miles Morales to get the Spider-Man remastered, right? So they made it. That was the way to get them to get you to pay $70 for that, is giving the upgrades for Spider-Man. It comes across that it was just planned all along, that it was more of like a big expansion add-on for Spider-Man. Instead, they kind of marketed it like, hey, it's a new game, and then we're going to give you this for free, but not for free. You get it if you upgrade the game to the other edition. Like, it just like screams like marketing ploy to me, right? For that. And this is the big one now. And this is what they're doing. And it just sets a precedent. It sets an example of what their plans are going forward. So I would say, hey, people just like put out there. You don't send death threats. Don't like yell at the devs. But just say like at PlayStation, say, hey, what's up with this? This is kind of bad. Like, I don't like this. Like, why can't we get both versions for the same price? And then also go ahead and add everybody about $70 games. Say, hey, why are games $70 now? Because PC players aren't paying $70 and they get better features on the games. They get better graphics on the games. They get better stuff. Why are they not having to pay for two different versions, right? So anyway, yeah, like that's gonna. This was something I had to get on here and speak my mind about this because it's just bad. So what's up, Vleed? Yeah, so Vleed says basically it's a $20 PS5 upgrade from 60 to 80. Basically, yeah. But that's not even an upgrade path. You can't even do that later. You got to do it up front when you buy the game originally. It's $80 now. If you want to make sure that you're secured for the future with having the best version of that game. Yeah, Digital Tiger is making a good point too. He says the biggest problem is making you pay for haptics and camera modes. I've already paid for that. Yeah, you shouldn't have to pay like that. That's just an excuse. That's like not a thing. That's just an excuse. That's just like, hey, what is a reason we can say we're charging for this $10? In this case, 20. And that's with the taglines that they put in there. Like, they got to come up with stuff, right, to be able to charge that extra money. It's just stuff that they're already working on that they can lock behind the next gen. I hate these barriers. Oh, the barriers, man. Stop gating things. Stop gating things. Why do everything's have to be behind paywall in game? I understand DLC, right? My issue with director's cut of Ghost of Tsushima was not the $20 DLC, and a lot of people get confused about that. With Ghost of Tsushima, I already bought in the PS4 version of the game, right? So then you say, okay, I want to upgrade it to the PS5 version. How do I do that? On Xbox and PC, you don't need to worry about that. It's just an update, right? I'm not saying Ghost of Tsushima on PC, but I'm saying for games in general. On PC, you don't worry about that. You either get updates or you just toggle the settings when you get a new device, when you get a new PC, right? On Xbox, when you get a new Xbox, it just automatically is upgraded if there's a better version out there, right? So on Ghost of Tsushima, my problem was not paying $20 for the DLC. My problem was having to pay $10 extra to upgrade that to a PS5 version of the game that has extra graphical fidelity, all that kind of stuff, right? But that wasn't the only thing. You couldn't even just pay the $10 and call it a day. You had to buy the DLC, even have access to pay the $10 to upgrade it. So instead, they're calling a $30 upgrade to Director's Cut. Unless you have a PS4, it's a $20. So they're pricing the DLC at $20. PS5, they're pricing the DLC at $30, making you pay $10 extra to upgrade your game to the PS5 version. And you can only do it if you buy the DLC. That's what sucks. And that's what they did with Spider-Man. With Spider-Man Remastered, you can only get Spider-Man Remastered if you buy Miles Morales Enhanced Edition. And on this, you can only get the PS5 version if you're planning on playing both on PS4 and PS5. You can only get that PS5 upgrade. Do it at launch for $80 or whatever the price ends up being for that down the road whenever you get your PS5. They're always going to go in tandem. So the PS4 version will drop and the digital deluxe version will drop in price, right? So will the PS5 version. But guess what? That standard PS4 version is probably always going to be the cheapest. So let's say you're saying, okay, well, I won't worry about it because I'm not getting it at launch. Well, it'll be cheaper. Yeah, it'll be cheaper, but the PS4 version still would have been cheaper, and you're still going to be paying more for the digital deluxe. Like $20. Threebit says, this is what happens when you keep letting things go. They'll get away with more and more. This is the worst. This is the worst yet. You're right. It is crazy that this is a platform holder with a big, adventure game like this doing it now. It's not Take-Two. It's not Activision. It's PlayStation. It's just as bad when they do it. It's just, you know what? The fan base doesn't care. So 3-bit. You asked me to break this down. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to pop this back up. For anybody who's joining it later, because I broke it down at the beginning, but I want to make sure that you guys have the information. Okay, so there's two things I have a problem with here. Here's the first. For players looking to have access to both the PS4 and PS5 versions of Horizon Forbidden West, please purchase the Digital Deluxe, Collector's, or Regala editions. The Digital Deluxe is $80. The Collector's is $200. The Regala is $260. The Digital Deluxe edition is $20 more than the regular version of the game. $20 more. And they are also currently have no plans to allow an upgrade path. So if you buy the standard PS4 version for $59.99 and later you decide, hey, I got a PS5, I want to upgrade to the PS5 version, you can't pay $10, $20. No, you would have had to make sure you bought this version, or you're just going to have to go flat out and buy the PS5 version. So anybody that has a PS4 now that doesn't have a PS5, which there's a lot of you people out there, in order to make sure that you get the PS5 version later, they're asking you to pay $20 extra dollars. That's $80. That's the worst. That's the worst thing. And then it gets even crazier, 3-bit. Because not only that, as you said, if you look into the features of these games, the photo mode unlocks on that $80 version. Gating the photo mode behind $20. It's absolutely insane. Now, Take-Two and Activision have been getting away with this anyway for Call of Duty and like 2K and stuff like that. So this is what they're taking their lead from, you know. And unless people say something and stop just saying, "Oh, okay, no worries, cool, I understand. It's hard to make games." I'm guessing the photo mode may only be on the PS5 version 3-bit. I'm not sure. But this over here doesn't say photo mode. It says it over here. It says it over here. Right? It doesn't over here. It only says it on the Digital Deluxe. So I'm curious, right? I don't know. So 20 it's just crazy. It's still crazy to me. And then it was even worse. Like I said, there's no upgrade path. You got to pay the $80 at launch, or later, whatever that Digital Deluxe edition is priced at, or have to buy another copy for the PS5 version in order to play PS5 version later. You can still play your PS4 version probably on your PS5, but you're not going to get these PS5 enhanced features. Which I think is what they go by to make people kind of okay with it. They're just saying, well, you can still play the PS4 version on your PS5. Well, that's not like, why not just give me the better version of the game for what device I'm playing it on? So anyway, it's just, it just stuff drives me crazy. All right, guys. Well, that was, you know, like I said, I'm not a wallet voter. I'm buying the PS5 version because that's what I have. But yeah, I hope that this game didn't affect too many of you. I'm sure it did. But you're having to think you're gonna have to pay $80 now instead of 60 if you only have a PS4. Micah says shows that there was their backwards compatibility was a complete afterthought. They only threw it in there since Microsoft had it without putting in the proper infrastructure to make it run well, like on the Xbox. Maybe that's the case. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know what's going on. You know, I don't know why this is happening, but it is. So, well, that's gonna do it, guys. I've gotten enough off of my chest. I'm still looking forward to this PlayStation Showcase coming in. It's on the 9th. The 9th is the PlayStation Showcase. We get 40 minutes of new game stuff. It's going to, they say, it's going to include updates from PlayStation Studios and some of the industry's most imaginative developers. So we're going to get some first-party stuff, and we're also going to get probably some third-party stuff for games releasing this holiday and beyond. So I'm hoping for some cool stuff here. And also, they say there's going to be a presentation afterwards to get more updates. So I'm looking forward to this on the 9th. Check out for a co-stream of that on our channel. And hopefully you guys will enjoy that. And we'll see. Hopefully there's stuff to get excited about. more $70 games to get excited about. Yes, yeah. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, drop a like, share it out to your friends, sub to the channel. Appreciate any and all support. Shout out to BRAP for the two $5 super chats. That was awesome, dude. Appreciate that. And Micah and everybody here, Pixel, 3-Bit, Felix, Digital Tiger, Bleed, Dreadpool, everybody hanging out here to talk Rick Payne about this stuff with me. I super appreciate you as well. So I hope you all have a fantastic day, and you'll probably see me later streaming some games. So that's what the plan is. Have a good one, guys. Bye.